So hey everyone, this is Wednesday, June 29, 2022, the Hindu Daily edition, and as usual, we'll be first identifying the most important news, followed by a detailed analysis of the same. But before going there, let's see yesterday's question and the answer to it. So the question was to identify Himadri, Himachal, and Shivalik. Okay, these three things were there, right? And we have to identify this. So let's see on the map of India. So this is Indian map. Okay, I'll draw the map of subcontinent instead of political India, right? So this is the Indian subcontinent, and we have these Himalayas as, look, this is your Pamir Knot. Okay, from Pamir Knot you have, this is Himadri, this is Himachal, the fragmented one, and it goes out to here, and then we have this Shivalik, less fragmented one. Okay, Karakoram, Ladakh, Zaskar, okay, Mahabharata and all those things will not go in there. This is Himadri, Himachal, and Shivaliks. Okay, now let's see the cross section view, XX dash. Okay, in cross section we say this is Himadri, this is Himachal, and then we have a gap over here, not like this, yes, then it is Shivalik. Okay, so this is the relative height. Okay, there are faults over here. Okay, so this is fault 1, fault 2, fault 3. Okay, so there are 3 faults over here, and this is how it is. The geography is here. Himadri or inner Himalayas, or what we say. Okay, Himachal or middle Himalayas, and this is Shivalik, outer Himalayas. Okay, this is formed in quaternary ages, and these two in tertiary. Okay, just know this thing. This is frontal fault. Okay, frontal fault, and okay, fine. So you have the answer to yesterday's question. Now today, the question for today is for 29th. Okay, the question is identify 3 latitudes I am giving you. Okay, to identify latitude dividing Canada and USA, latitude dividing Korean Peninsula, and latitude dividing Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Okay, so these are the 3 latitudes you need to identify. So you comment it down. Okay, comment it down, and I'll give you the answer for this tomorrow. Okay, so let's go on to identify the news, the most important news. Let's see. G7, Jubair police 19 killed. Okay, nothing here. This is important. Okay, there is nothing here. Nothing here. Nothing here. Okay, I don't see anything here. Chips are not required. The essence of time, judicial intervention should strengthen anti-defection law. Yes, we'll see this. Glimpse of hope, remembering P.S. Mahalanobis. Okay, not required. No provision. Only certain classes of prisoner. Law prohibit anyone in confinement for voting. Okay, fine, not required. Just know this. We'll do this much. Okay, this will give us the idea of the article. If required, we'll go for it. Text and context. China's intervention in Horn of Africa. We'll see on map what is Horn of Africa. We'll do the gist. That would be enough. G7 plan to counter Belt and Road Initiative. GST reform needs a new grand bargain. We'll do the GST just if required, then we'll go inside it, okay? Or we can go inside it. GST is a very important topic for this examination. Okay. No, this thing, PSU or vehicle of social empowerment. This is a keyword, just note this keyword. Okay, this will come handy. Fine. Now this is really sad news. To behead man for social media post. A man has posted something on social media and two person go on to behead him. This is very bad. The victim Kanhaiya Lal shared a post supporting Nupur Sharma who made offense. Okay, tension prevailed. Okay, the murder filmed incident. The murderer filmed the incident and posted the video on social media. They are showing two daggers used for beheading and took responsibility for the crime and threatened Prime Minister Narendra Modi with dire consequences. They were arrested from neighboring district late in the evening. Now this is what is very problematic as I can see it. On a social media post, on saying something against someone, they are killing each other. Is it justified or what? It is not even justified. And they are taking laws in their hand. Indianization of Indian population has not been done. This is why it is creating problem. Okay. Okay, we'll do this one. Does no Coast Guard squadron at Porbandar has come. Okay. Okay. This is important. Turkey has backed. Trump told officers to let armed supporters in. Ex-Ide says. Okay. Fine. FII outflows continues. Foreign institutional investors. This would lead to more depreciation of rupee. Okay. So there is no. We generally do not have very important news related to examination on this page. Okay. So with this, we come to end of identification of most important news. Now let us go directly to analyze the same. Fine. We had the news on first page. Yes. PM hails UAE for the help during pandemic. Mr. Modi expressed gratitude to President of UAE for taking great care of 3.5 million Indian community in UAE during the pandemic. Okay, he met with the country leader during stopper at Abu Dhabi while returning from Munich. This was the first meeting between Mr. Modi and the UAE ruler since Gulf country joined other region condemning derogatory comments made by BJP now sacked BJP functionary on the prophet. Okay, this was not a matter to become such huge. The matter should be unemployment. The matter should be the pandemic. The matter should be something else. They are just what I can say. They are just quarreling on a fact. Means tell me one thing. They will protect religion. Religion is their protection. Means the protection of these people or from the other side. Religion is protected by itself. Dharma rakshati rakshata. Okay, religion don't need protection from other people. They need protection from religion only, right? So, and religion has always been a weapon of states again for mass mobilization. Common people don't understand this. I don't know why. They must think about it. Why are they doing these things, right? Let's see if any other news are left. I don't see. Okay, we come to the editorial page. Look, today we don't have much thing to read, so I'll be doing the editorial simultaneously. In the essence of time, judicial intervention should strengthen the defection law, anti-defection law, not undermining. Times of essence when it comes in executing political maneuvers to reduce government to a minority. Resident legislator need time to gather enough number to vote out of the regime. Ruling party needs to close the window of opportunity soon, often using a threat of disqualification for defection. It is in this backdrop that judicial intervention in matter relating to disqualify law members for defecting takes place, either buying dissidents time or allowing disqualification proceeding to go unhindered. By its order granting time until July 12, okay, to reply to Deputy Speaker notice under identification of Supreme Court has effectively made it possible for them to actualize their objective without the threat of disqualification for now. Now this is a bit biased. Okay, the author may think so, but in my opinion, any person should be given time. Okay, look, he's accused. Accused must be given time to prove his innocence. Okay, and they are given just 15 days. Now they are saying that horse trading may be there. So why does this situation arise? Okay, the same thing the Shiv Sena did when they the actual poll results came, right? It is doubtful whether the court should have done this in the face of a specific bar on judicial intervention disqualifying proceeding at any state of the final. Okay, Kitohalan versus Jani Chulu. A constitutional bench, while uploading the validity of an anti-defective law, held that a speaker decision was subject to judicial review, albeit on limited grounds. Okay. It also made clear that it should take place after a final decision and there can be no interim order except if there is an interim disqualification or suspension. The deputy speaker grants of just 2 days for MLS to reply may have occasioned the intervention, but it is doubtful whether the court should concern itself with the question now, where it can be decided after the possible disqualification. There are court judgment that say compliance with natural justice is not based on number of days given, but whether the sufficient opportunity was given before a decision. This is what is it. Based on a conclusion in Navam Ravia that a presiding officer should not adjudicate any defection complaint while motion for his own removal is pending. This decedent sends a motion to get deputy speaker removed. After he rejected it, the rejection has also been questioned in the court, thus raising a jurisdiction question on adjudicatory power of deputy speaker, who of necessity has to decide disqualification question in absence of the speaker. Motion to remove presiding officer should not become a ploy to circumvent disqualification proceeding. If court continence maneuver to preempt a decision on whether legislature camping in other states and questioning the chief minister's majority have incurred disqualification by voluntarily giving up of membership of the party, they determine the anti-defection law. They undermine the anti-defection law and render nugatory rulings by the constitutional bench. When the defection is seen as a serious menace by the constitution, court should not act to further answer it. The duty to protect those wrongly disqualified is important, but so calling into account defectors whose motives are suspect. Okay, so it is a kind of accusation on the court, as I can see it, but yes, they have the right to dissent. There's nothing wrong about it. In my opinion, court has taken a proper stance because time should be given to accused as well. Okay, and here they are not accused; they are the first person to approach. They are the approaching people, right? And the respondent is this deputy speaker in this case. Okay, let's see. In states with bicameral legislature, seats in legislative council are filled following an indirect election with member of legislative assembly can cast vote. On Maharashtra legislative assembly was scheduled to convene as Vidhan Sabha to elect member of Vidhan Parishad. Nawab Malik and Anil Deshmukh, who are in prison in connection with money laundering offences, approached the court with a prayer. Despite their incarceration, they should be temporarily released to cast vote in the election, so they may discharge their duty as sitting MLAs. This prayer was rejected first by Special Judge under PMLA and then by Bombay High Court and finally by Supreme Court. Fine. The Apex Court observed that it is open to reconsider the legal provision 62.5 of ROPA, which prevented 2 MLAs from casting their vote. In past, the Supreme Court has observed that intent of this provision is to maintain integrity of election by excluding persons with criminal background from participating. Ideally, this objective can be applied to achieved through a provision which disenfranchises persons who have been convicted in certain kind of grave offences. Fine. Give it a read. Let's see anything. I don't think these things will come in examination. Yes, if the matter increases, then it may come. So we'll see first the Horn of Africa, right? So what is this Horn of Africa? Let's see. This is Africa. Something like this. This is not exactly this region. This region is called the Horn of Africa. Okay. We'll see the map. Let's see the map. Horn of Africa. If it may open, why it is taking so long. Okay, so you can see Eritrea, Ethiopia and Somalia, these 3 countries, and there was one more small, that country name is Djibouti, I think. It will be somewhere here. Yeah, Djibouti. Okay, so 3 or 4 countries are there, right? Eritrea, Ethiopia, Djibouti and Somalia. So let me make the map for it. Eritrea, Ethiopia, Djibouti and Somalia. Eritrea, Ethiopia, Djibouti and Somalia. Okay, now Djibouti already has a Chinese base. Okay, and China is making inroads to other. Let's see. During the 17th trip to Africa, China's foreign minister and state councillor Wang Yi asserted China's 3 main objectives in Africa: controlling the pandemic, implementing a forum on China-Africa cooperation outcome, and uploading common interest while fighting hegemonic politics. Okay, Africa has been keen on interacting with China despite the accusation of debt trapping surrounding China's project in Africa. The government have mostly been welcoming. China moved to play a role in the area of security in Africa indicates a shift in principle from non-intervention. It is China's message that its presence in the continent has large objective and is not likely to be limited only to Horn of Africa. Okay, fine. So just know this: China is planning to for the entire Africa, right? Okay. So we'll see this explainer. G7 plan to counter BRI. Okay. How is Partnership for Global Infrastructure (PGI) and investment going to enhance development in low and middle income countries? Let's read the gist first, or leave it. We'll just see. Along with his GS unveiled ambitious PGII announcing a collective mobilization of $600 billion by 2027 to deliver game-changing and transparent infrastructure project to developing middle-income country. It is seen as G7's counter to BRI to build connectivity. Okay, what is PGII? The West has been skeptical of BRI since it was launched in 2013 by President of China, as it was considered to be part of China's larger strategy to increase geopolitical influence in Asia and other developing countries. The US, along with G7 partners, had in 2021 announced the launch of Build Back Better World with aim of narrowing the 40 trillion infrastructure gap in developing world. PGII therefore is a relaunch of B3W plan. Okay, so B3W plan and PGII are what? Relaunch. The fact sheet put on by the White House described PGII as value-driven, high-impact and transparent infrastructure partnership to meet the enormous infrastructure need of low and middle income countries and support the United States and its allies' economic and national security. G7 aims to collectively mobilize 600 billion by 2027. Okay, to invest in a sustainable and quality infrastructure product in developing countries including India and strengthen global supply chain. Mr. Biden announced the country's pledge to channelize 200 billion in grants, public financing, private capital over next 5 years. So, in grants by public financing and private capital over next 5 years for PGII. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen declared Europe pledge of 300 billion euros for the partnership for the same period. What kind of project will PGII undertake? 4 priority pillars that will define the second half of 21st century. Okay, climate crisis, global energy security through clean energy and supply chains. Okay, so this is first. Second is project will focus on bolstering digital information digital ICT network, facilitating technologies such as 5G, 6G, internet connectivity and cyber security. So this is second. Advanced gender equality and equity. This is third. And lastly, to build and upgrade global health infrastructure. This is fourth. Mr. Biden announced the flagship project of PGII that have either commenced or set to begin. The US International Development Finance Corporation, along with G7 nations and the EU, are disbursing. Having potential year capacity of find the Mr. Lyon said that European Commission Global Gateway Initiative also undertaken. In India, US DFC will invest 30 million. And exactly for same thing, an impact on venture capital fund that invests in build agriculture, food system and climate, rural and economy. Okay, how does compare to BRI? BRI was started to revive connectivity, trade and infrastructure along what was China's ancient Silk Road. China has announced two-pronged approach for building a Silk Road economic belt on land and maritime 21st century Silk Road. The project initially aimed to strengthen connectivity with Southeast Asia but later expanded to South and Central Asia, Africa, Europe, Latin America, with Mr. Zai saying it would break the bottleneck of Asian connectivity. Okay, so this is a good line, can be used in examination. The G7 meanwhile has specifically touted the PGII as value-based plan to help underfunded low and middle income countries to meet their infrastructure needs. PGII led the focus on climate action and clean energy, while China has built large coal-fired plants under BRI along with solar, hydro, and etc. While G7 has placed 600 billion, Morgan Stanley estimates China's overall funding to be 1.2 to 1.3 trillion dollars, with actual funding being higher. Under the PGII, large private capital will also be mobilized. China's BRI is majorly state-funded. Besides, BRI was also launched at a time when China's local construction firms were short of projects. Okay, studies have shown that 89% of contractor participation in BRI are Chinese. Okay. According to Engineering New Records 2019 data, 7 out of the world's 10 biggest construction contractors based on foreign revenue were Chinese. The largest number of Chinese workforce are employed in BRI project. While G7 emphasized transparency as cornerstone, BRI has placed criticism for making countries sign confidential tenders for extending massive loans, leaving countries indebted to China. For instance, after BRI flagship of 62 billion CPEC, Pakistan owned Beijing large proportion of its foreign debt. China builds BRI project by extending large, low-interest loan to countries that have usually been paid over 10 years. There have been cases of debt-starved countries facing to repay time. Sri Lanka, for instance, has to see this key Hambantota port for a 99-year lease to China. Mr. Biden has said, meanwhile, PGI aims to build project through grants and investment. PGI projects has already been announced in India, but India has opted out of China's BRI, being wary of BRI aimed to increase influence in Indian Ocean region by roping Pakistan as a major BRI recipient. Okay, so these are the things. Easy thing, but know this, that PGII is something there that is actually built back enhanced version or a new version of build back better. Okay, world B3W, fine. Let's see, GST reform need a new grand bargain. Okay, the GST compensation issue strengthens the necessity for a new system between sovereign and sub-sovereign entities. Okay, the center and the state of India struck a grand bargain, resulting in launch of GST era. The state have given up their right to correct sales tax and sundry taxes. Central gave up the excise and service tax. The consent of the state was secured by a promise of reimbursing any shortfall for a period of 5 years. However, as the economy battles pandemic and recession, it seems that states have been told that they are on their way to meet shortfall revenues. This is wrong on many counts. First, the state do not have resources to recourse to multiple options as center has. Second, center can anyway command much more lower rates of borrowing from market. Third, in terms of aggregate public sector borrowing, it does not matter for the debt market whether it is state or center that is increasing their indebtedness. Fourth, fighting the recession through increased fiscal stimulus in the center domain. Fifth, this causes a serious debt interest between center and the state. The issue of GST compensation to state is just the latest in the bumpy journey of a new tax design. It is clear that design needs a radical overhaul. There are 2-3 things here. This is the thing. States have been told that they are on their own to meet the shortfall revenue. GST compensation cess has been increased till 2025-26, right? So the funds goes to the state only. Okay, so it is not 5 years now, it is rather 3 more years. Okay, because 3 years has been lost to pandemic. Okay, so we are done with the editorials and op-ed and text and context pages. Now let's see anything else remains. mRNA jab or Covovax for 7 to 11 group gets nod. DGCI on Tuesday approved India's first indigenously developed mRNA vaccine against COVID-19 manufactured by Genoma Biopharmaceuticals for restricted emergency use of those 18 plus and above. Also approved Serum Institute vaccine Covovax for restricted emergency use in 7 to 11 age children subject to certain conditions, right? Just know this thing, there is a vaccine for children called Covovax, right? Let's see if anything else is remaining. Okay, then with this, I think, yes, with this we come to end of today's newspaper analysis. I hope you like it. Before going and taking a leave from you, I urge you to subscribe the channel, like, comment and share the work to all those who needs it, right? And now it's time to take a part and say a goodbye. So goodbye all. Until we meet again, you study hard and go for your dreams. Okay? Jai Hind. So friends, I really hope that you like this video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe our channel and share this video with your friend. Follow us on Telegram as well. Also, keep studying hard, keep following your dreams and keep tuned to our channel. Comment below for any suggestion. Till then, goodbye, good luck, keep studying hard.